Hello.
Hi. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, hello, hello. We have Hannah and Danielle and Michelle.
Hello, hello.
I guess we'll wait a few more seconds for others to come in here real quick before we kick it off. Today is the 4th of June. Super cool. Since we're hearing there's already people asking questions. I know there's one in the chat here from Michelle. And Hannah, you got your hand up. Why don't you Hannah, why don't you go ahead and we'll start there and then we'll go to Michelle's question.
Okay.
And then we'll see where we are at that stage.
Okay. So mine is basically on our mini course, expiring mini course, we send out the welcome email, and then immediately people, like a minute later, get an email that says, warning, expire, you only have 6 hours. And I'm wondering the strategy behind having that warning email right after the welcome email.
It sounds like there's something that is incorrect in your expiring course because the 6-hour email shouldn't happen until 66 hours later.
Okay.
So let's if you wouldn't mind sharing your screen with your course, let's find out what's going on there.
Okay, great. Sorry, I wasn't prepared to log in. So if you want to go.
Well, yeah, actually, then so here I'll show you what it should look like. Oh, Brenda, it says that we are unable to share screen. Could you enable it?
Done.
Shazam, thank you very much. So if I'm looking at, I have to go to the screen that you're looking at. You can all see inside my experience account, right? Experientify account.
Yep.
Okay. If I open up a typical, so both of these, this nonprofit one and the equestrian business one, they're both expiring mini courses that are built directly from our template, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I open up any one of those, either of those, and I go down to step number 5, and I go down to the very first experience in the experience engine, it says when a user is added to this course. If I open that up, you can see that there's a pretty significant timeline of activities that happen within this experience. And there's a reason for that. Is because this experience is tracking the user's progress across the course, and it's determining whether or not the your learner has finished the course, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what should happen is, somebody comes in and they get, this first one here is that that first email, welcome to the course. The SMS is also a welcome to the course SMS. Then they get a tag put on their account, which is the not completed tag. And then it sounds like what's missing is this tag right here, which is to wait 2 days.
Okay.
And that would tell our system to just sit there for the next 48 hours, just sit there and wait. Because then then after 2 days, if your learner has not completed the course, and then by completing it, they receive that EMC completed tag.
Mm-hmm.
Once they receive that tag, then basically this experience shuts off, right? It no longer runs. But if they don't have that tag, they get this email. It says today is the last day. And then we actually wait another 12 hours. And then that 6-hour email doesn't come until right here.
Right.
So that's what it should look like. And then there's actually another, it waits 6 hours and then it sends a 3-hour email as well. So
Okay.
I think that there's just some pieces missing in your course.
Okay, so I am in my course now. And can we share screen? That I would be that would be in what? That would be in the secret sauce.
Step number 5.
Yeah, step number 5. Experience engine. Okay, so can I share screen?
Absolutely.
Can you see my experience engine?
Yes, we can.
So when user is added to this course,
And then click on who should go down this path. There you go.
see, the second one is warning today's the last day.
Right. And so
I've tried to actually grab that email and move it down and tested it, and then the student received an out of sequence email alert.
yeah, so the way that I'm just looking at the timeline that you've built, that is built in here.
It was
in
built
your
up, yeah.
Right. But you didn't change any of these, right? You didn't change the sequence at all. This is what the generator created for you.
This is what the generator created for me, yes.
I'm sorry to say to you that the generator did it.
They caused me a lot of grief.
Yes, I know.
And
No,
you guys have been so wonderful for helping me overcome it.
I'm gonna put that over here. I'm just gonna leave that right there for our development team.
You guys have been so wonderful.
So ultimately, the reason why they may get that error is because you see that you have students in the course now, and so we're going to be. What we need to do is we need to reconfigure these. We need to reorder these emails so that they are these things so that they come in the right order.
Okay.
It'll be a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay.
What I think would be most helpful to do, if you're willing, is I would like to take a screenshot of the correct order of what they should be, and I'll put that here. I think I can just send it in the chat here.
Okay.
And then you can use that to go through and because I'm also even seeing in here that you have the EMC gave feedback tag. That shouldn't be in this sequence. That shouldn't be in this experience at all. That should be in a different experience.
Okay. Yeah, I've not changed anything in there except the text in the emails. Sure. I've left it just like the generator brought it over. Which
is great. I actually just talked with Murray about this yesterday. And he said that there's the new generator is now out there and up and running. So maybe there's something that we can do in order to rectify this for you or whatever, but you've done so much work on it. I know you want to get this to the finish line. Tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. So
this is my last.
So let's get you whole. So why don't you stop sharing your screen? I'm going to take a screenshot of what it looks like in my account. I'm going to just send it to you, and then we can take on Michelle's question if you'd like, Brenda, while I do that. Okay. Sound good? Is that reasonable?
Thank you so much.
No worries.
So we didn't have the time to cover how to set up a forum yesterday, and Michelle was here for that. So we can go through that unless Lisa has any particular questions, maybe. Okay. Oh.
I put mine in the chat. I'm in no rush though. Just this new Stripe requirements restrictions thing that they put out, if anybody has heard about how that affects digital products and if it is going to affect us, is there possibility of integrating other payment processors in the future? Thank you.
Okay, so has anybody gone through those changes on Stripe? Because I don't know from my side, but maybe the thing is that Michelle and Hannah haven't launched their course yet, as far as I believe. So maybe here we won't be able to answer that right away, but we can take a look to see what's going on. In the meantime, well, I don't know, maybe Gabriel, have you heard of that from customer support? Maybe someone has sent you an email regarding this or not yet?
Not yet, Brenda. We've at least not today. When this happened?
It's just recently. I'll find the link and I'll put it in just so it's on your guys' radar. And it could be that it's nothing and it's just their language, but no one's like, there's an uproar right now about it yeah, it could not affect us at all, or it could affect us a lot. So, but Stripe needs, and so I thought maybe you guys, if you have a relationship with Stripe, could get them to kind of say what the heck is going on.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving us that link, that would be really helpful.
I'll find and pop it in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
So we have the forum question, and what's the other question that we have?
Right, so we have Michelle on how to set up the forum.
Excuse me, without a camera today, I'm straight out of bed and just not feeling it. So yeah, I think I wanted to hear just what you were going to go through, Brenda, yesterday. Probably the best thing, and then I'll learn, because I've got a master course students that I want to bring in here, and they're all Japanese, and set up a forum for them straight up, so they can get used to using it, and then I know how to pre-frame it for my upcoming launch for people, you know, because we've just translated all the back end and we've put all that in, and that's all good. But of course, when we go in, you know, in the process, you discover, that's what that meant, and that's what that context was. So we're just refining that now, and the forum would be great. I want to put this small group of students straight in. So I've got a few like videos I can put in as a course and put them straight into a forum, and I want to see how it works. So yeah, that's just my context. If you could go from there, that'd be fantastic.
Of course. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so we can start with the forum thing. Great. So here's what, if we go straight to forum in our left side menu here, we go to forum, and I have edited a little bit, so you probably don't see what I see. But on the left side of the screen, you have different spaces that we have pre-created for you, so you can just take a look how it looks like. We have a 10-day challenge, a 5-day challenge, a 4-week course, and a membership. I created the alumni, so don't even worry about that one, but we have several other spaces here. So, for example, we have the 10-day challenge, right? The space. If I click there, you will see that there's a lot of other like subspaces inside the 10-day challenge space, right? So I don't know, I have, for example, the official announcements channel, I have the introduce yourself, we have the day 1, day 2, day 3, some wins. So this is just like, of course, an idea of what you can do in your space, but this is just like kind of like a template of what you see inside the forum for the 10-day challenge, right? You can edit all of that, and you can put whatever you want in this. So for example, in the official announcements spaces or subspace that I created inside the 10-day challenge, if I click there, this is what people will see. So I created an official announcement subspace. So everyone who just joins my forum will see important information about my 10-day challenge, right? So I have created a new post. How did I do that? I simply clicked on the new post option here. I write my title, and then I write the description about it. Here you can add some files in this description and all of that. So for me right now in this 10-day challenge, I put some important information for my for my clients, right? Like some scheduled times, when the live sessions are going to be held, what do they need, some very important information that I think everyone should know. So this is like the first thing. And there are several things that you can do with these subspaces and these spaces, because as I have, or you probably know, you only have one forum for all of your courses. The way that you divide people inside your forum is by creating tags. So let's say that you are all part of my 10-day challenge, but only Gabriel is part of my 5-day challenge, right? So I will create a tag so Gabriel can see the 5-day challenge space, but you, like the rest of you, won't be able to see that in my space because you don't have that tag. Okay, so that's the way that it works. We create tags, or you can also, if we go to the 10-day challenge space, there's like a three dots here and a plus, right? If you click on the 3 dots here, you have the option to delete the space, to edit the space, and to move the group downward. But we're going to go to edit so we can see what happens there. So there's some basic information, right? We have the name of the space. In this case, it's my 10-day challenge. And then you have the option to select if you want people to see all the public members inside that group, or if you don't want them to see that, you can hide that information as well. And you can change the accent color just for you to differentiate between groups, right? Then in the permissions, we ask you who should be able to see this group, right? If you click there, you have the option to, maybe everyone will be able to see this space. Maybe you have a forum for all your clients, for all the different courses that you have. So that's an option. You have the option to only select students from a certain course or students with certain tags, for example, right? That's what I was talking about. Or maybe you don't want anyone to see this space yet. So if we go for students of a course, then you simply go to choose the course and you select one of the courses that you want the people to be part of this forum. To be, right? So you can do that. It's easier, but also you can do it by tags. So that's the way that you divide people inside the forum and you decide who sees what. So that's for who sees what. And then there are several things that you can do inside the spaces. For example, you can pin certain information at the top. So anyone who joins for the first time to the forum and they go to official announcements, this is the information that I want everyone to see, right? So I really need that everyone knows all this important information. And what I'm going to do is simply put a pin. I will unpin it, but if you click on the 3 dots at the top here, top right, you will see that you can edit the post, you can pin to the top, or you can delete the post. So if it's really important information that you want everyone to see, you simply click pin to the top, and this is what everyone will see, right? So that's the way that it works. And maybe you want someone to, you have a space for everyone to introduce themselves. So I don't know, I create this post about introduce yourself to the yoga community. You can put GIFs in the text box like I did here. Remember that the way that you do that is by typing a slash, then you get this menu here. If you scroll down, you go to Giphy, and I don't know, maybe you type hi, and you select the GIF of your preference if that's something that you want to do. In this case, I'll go for the bear, and you can post it, right? So here you would put all the instructions on how you want people to introduce themselves. They can create a new post saying, hey, my name is this, blah, blah, blah. Or they can comment, they can create a thread within this post, and they can comment on the post that you just created, and, like answer there. Or they can like the post as well. In the left side, on the right side of the screen, sorry, you have this information here that says pinned post, most liked posts, most comments, and trending posts. What happens here is that people will see all the pinned posts here on the right side of the screen. As you can see, people can like these posts, right? So the post which has most likes will also appear here in the most liked posts. The one with the most comments will also appear here. And the trending posts are the posts that have more comments and more likes in it. So you will have these trending posts here. Something very important that you have to know is that when students go to your community forum, I will open another one. When you go to your admin account, you see the forum in this menu here on the left side of the screen, right? You have this option to see the forum, but your students don't have that option. The only way that your students can go to the forum is by customizing your navigation bar inside your courses. And the way that you do that is by going to the step number 4. And let's go to homepage and edit. This is one of my courses. So I will actually delete that so you can see how I created it. So this is what you see in the navigation bar at the top, right? You see the home and you see all trainings. Most of you do. So we need to add the community forum option here in order for your students to go to the community forum or to the forum. The way that you do that is by clicking in edit content in your navigation bar. And then you go to data and you will see all the different links that we have at the top here. So the first one is home, right? We have home and then it links to home. So everyone can go there. The second one is all trainings. So it's linked to an internal page, which will take it to all trainings and everyone can see that. And you're going to add a new one. So you have to click here in add link. And then you have the navigation item, you have to name it. So you can simply name it forum or community forum, however you prefer. You will see it already here at the top. And then you have to link it to an internal page, which will be your forum. So here it says this button should take you to an internal page, and then you have to link it to the forum. Here where it says select destination, you will click there, you will scroll down and look for the forum. And here it is. We find it here, forum. And here you have the option for everyone in your course to see the community forum, or maybe you want only certain people to see the forum. So maybe someone who completed, I don't know, the first module will be able to go to the community forum. If that's the case, then you can also create a tag and, you know, only people with tags will be able to see this community forum option. That's an option, right? So once you do that, you close it, you save changes, and now they have the option to go straight to your community forum here, okay? When they click there, it will take them to here. So yeah, here's how you create another space. So for example, you can simply go here at the very bottom and you have, so something interesting. Maybe you have a lot of different discussions happening inside one of your spaces in the 10-day challenge. So we have created these space dividers. So it's easier for you to organize all your information. So let's say that you want all the, I don't know, maybe the first 5 days inside one space. So it's easier for you to find it, or easier for your students to find those first 5 days that you're going to talk about in your 10-day challenge. So you simply create a space divider and you name it, I don't know, first, I'm just going to call it like that, right? First 5 days. I click enter and I have created, you know, like this space here in which I will put all the first 5 days inside this first 5 days space. So the way that you do that is by simply click and drag. Oh, I have created it here actually. So I clicked and dragged my first day, and then I'm going to click and drag my second day here. It should take a moment, but it should put it here. I don't know why it's taking so long. It should, because I did it. I know that you can do it. I just don't know why it's taking so long. There you go. See? I put my second day there. Let's try to put the third day here. And it's taking some time, but you should be able to put all the first days here. And if it's easier for you, maybe you can simply duplicate it before you create the space or these subspaces. And you can, duplicate it and edit it right here, right? So day 2. And something interesting is that in your subspaces, you can also edit who is able to see these things, right? So for example, in my day number 1, I will click edit. And here you have some important information, right? You name your space. You can also change the icons or the emojis, so it's easier for people to recognize what they are looking at. So in this case, it's a 10-day challenge, right? So we are using numbers, but if you wanted to change that, let's see if there's another option of numbers. I think no. But, if you wanted to change it for a different emoji, then you can totally do that. I suggest that if it's a challenge, just keep it as it is, so it's easier for people to recognize what they are looking at. Again, you will see the permissions, who is able to see this information, everyone in this group maybe, or people with specific tags inside one of your spaces. That's also an option. So whenever you go to your course, remember that you have the option to create comments or to add comments. So maybe you want people to comment here and they are going to add their thoughts, etc. So when you go to your forum, you have the option to mirror the content that people, like edited here, or something that they commented. You can also see it in the forum. So you have the option to mirror the discussion from all the training contents from a specific course, or maybe just one or more trainings in a specific course, or from the pages in a specific course. So you can also mirror this information here, and it will create a new post in the forum as well. Then you also have these options here, some notifications for the new members. So you have the option to turn this on or off, but whenever someone creates a new post or you create a new post, then people will receive the notification by email in the web version or in the app. So you can turn this on or you can turn this off depending on, if you don't want to overwhelm your students, or maybe if it's really important for them to know this information, then you can just leave them on, or maybe just, I don't know, the email notification, and the rest you turn it off. Really depends on you, but you have the option here to edit that.
Brenda, so they can choose how they want their notification as well from the forum,
Yes.
can they?
Yes, so you can actually select all the 3, email, in-app, and web, but they also have the option to turn it
And
off
let them
whenever they can.
choose.
Yeah, whenever they want. Yeah.
Because my first experience with this first group, I need to just test it all. So I'm going to leave everything on and get them to give me feedback and play. But I don't have a specific course for them. So I need to get them into the system. And I find once we're in the forum, it's very intuitive. I love the way it's set up. It's been a good review, what you're doing today. I guess I'm stuck on something basic. How do I get them into the system? I guess I set up a mock course or some, like a very simple course to get them to, I don't know, how do I get them into the system when I don't actually have a specific course for them?
Oh, by system, you mean the forum, or you mean
into Experienceify? They don't have an account yet. They don't have anything. What would be the simplest? So I just set up a mock. What I've done is I've brought all their meditations across and made a little that they have in another system at the moment. I just put their meditations into like a mini course of meditations for them, for the purpose of testing the forum. So what do I do with that? I just set up I don't know. It's something. It's so simple. I
think what you want. If I can jump in here,
Thank you.
I wouldn't, Michelle, overcomplicate the answer that you're looking for. If you have a series of meditations, I would use maybe our template for either a 10-day or a 5-day challenge, and don't let the 5-day or the challenge thing. All the reason why I say that is because if you use the 10-day challenge, you could put, one meditation after another in there, and it'll all just be set up for you. Or you can simply start a course from scratch and put, just put, how many meditations do you have? Is it 10, 20, 30, 50?
Well, in this one, just 5 or so in this particular one. Yeah. So
okay. So then
5-day
I would just set up
challenge.
I would set up a 5-day challenge. You don't even have to call it a challenge. You can rename it, right? And just say,
Yep.
look, these are five meditations, and you're going to and just keep that as a very basic course that your students can come and sign up. The only way you can get them into Experienceify is they have to register for a course. So you have, so you can do that in 2 ways. They can come and register for this 5-part course, or you can manually add them to your account, and then they will be added to Experience. So those are the only 2 ways you can to get them in.
No, perfect. So no, thanks for that suggestion. I think that's great. I think we'll just do the 5-day challenge one. And then, so I just go into the course templates and use that template and plug the meditations in those modules, those trainings, and then
correct. And it's essentially built for you already, and then you just want to go through and confirm if there's any other parts of the template you want to, change the title of the course. Obviously, you might want to change the URL, etc. But all in all, it should take you you should be able to put that together very rapidly, so that you have just something very basic for
that's fantastic. And so in this case, like Brenda's got the 10-day challenge, 5-day challenge in here. Did that's just selected in the right hand side editing section, isn't it?
Yes.
You've
And
just you just sort of selected which.
You will actually see this yourself, because these are like the templates that we have, or not templates, but like the dummies that we have for you in the forum. So you just can see what we have inside the 10-day challenge, for example, or what we have inside the 5-day challenge. But
okay, I haven't seen those dummies in mine.
You don't see them?
Mine was empty. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then just create one space. Yes. You should see the option in the left side of the screen to create a new space. And then inside that space, you can create like these subspaces here.
Yep.
Can you share maybe your screen so we can see what you see? And we can copy from there, maybe.
Oh, sorry, I haven't logged in. I haven't 1 second. I'm in the wrong browser for it, but it would take me 2 seconds to do, I suppose. Sure. 1 second. Sorry.
I'm going to stop sharing mine. So
yeah, no, I'm actually in the wrong browser, and it's going to sorry, I have a lot of investments and different things. I separate my browsers with different
don't worry.
And with Zoom, I just have to open up a new browser, so I can't. Yeah. So one of my questions is, because this is the separate one to the group I'm setting up, but my first official paid launch program is one I've done in a different platform, and I'm bringing into here, and it's sort of like a summit style, I guess, but not with interviews, more with movies, and it's an awakening awareness style. And the first time through, it's they don't have a forum, they need to go internally, and then at the end of it, when they hit a certain stage, and those that want to either pay for the upgrade to keep the course long term and go into community, then from that stage I want to open it up to the community. And I guess if they choose that option, that's just a tagging thing, isn't it? I would just have them tag, and then I could would I copy that course for the alumni of that course? You make an alumni group of a course.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense? When you make an alumni group of a course, a training, and in this particular case, we don't have comments in the first section. So the alumni, I want them to be able to comment and commune and create things. Yeah,
I've got you. So this is something, I think if you'll go back and look at the office hours, maybe either last week or the week before,
okay,
we talked about basically you set up two of the same course, right? So you create the first course that's going to be held live, and you're basically and I can send you the link to the help file on this, because you're basically creating what's called a cohort course, right? So everybody goes through at the same time, and they do the meditations together, correct? And once they've gone through that, and let's just say that there's 5 meditations that they go through. Once they get through number 5 and they've completed that course, you actually put an experience at the end of the course that says when they've completed the last challenge, the last meditation, the number 5, they're automatically enrolled in a duplicate course. So you create the course before you do that, and then before you bring students in, you duplicate it, so you have the exact same course twice. But you make all of the meditations, everything, you make sure that they are instantly available. So when they move into that course, you then are you have a place where you can put all of your users as they come through your cohorts, and then you would enable the form for that course, for your evergreen course. Does that make sense?
Yep, no, it does. That's terrific. And in the case, if it's not so there's 2 courses. The first one with the meditation group, they're the alumni already, but then I've got this new one that will open up that I'm doing this for. So that all makes sense, except that this will likely be, I haven't decided, it will likely be an evergreen. I don't know if I can do a cohort with this new one. But I would just do it on a timing thing, I suppose. When they finish the course, it'll just go into that. You could still do it even if it's not a cohort setup, could
Correct.
you? Is that
100%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
you can have one as a self-paced course where there's sort of, there's certain release times for each of the meditations, and then once they get to the end of that self-paced course, they would be put automatically into the evergreen one where all the content is already available. And that just basically what that does, by having that duplicated course, it allows you to have people, as they come through the self-paced course, they're automatically added, and then the evergreen course continues to grow with students, whereas the self-paced one stays the same. Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely. I've got my course open now. It's just trying to open my computer. Here it is. It's just opening the forum quickly. I can show you quickly, then I'll leave you to the next person. Sorry. Thank you. That's fantastic. And yeah, my computer's oh goodness me, it's taking a bit of time. It's trying to wake up like me. It's not too bad. It's 5 a.m, so it's not too bad. Oh, is it okay? It's nearly there, but it's talking to me. Do you have someone ask any questions while we're waiting?
Sure.
Anyone
So
else?
Lisa had put into the chat here about what social points are. I'm going to give you the extent to what we know about social points, and I've asked our development team about this because it has been released and whatnot. And Brenda, feel free to chime in if you have discovered this or you have more information. We don't have a help file on it yet. So there's there's a help file that's being developed that's going to sort of go walk through right through. But at the end of the day, social points are simply when you're in the forum space and you have threads where people are posting, maybe it's a text or maybe they're putting a picture up there or something in response to people. When somebody likes it, they get social points for showing that they have participated in some way. And I've just been kind of searching in the background here to see if there's any other documentation that we have to share with you, and it's not prepared yet. So
so the person whose post gets a like gets the points?
No, the person who likes the post gets the points.
Okay.
So you're trying to encourage people to participate in the forum by giving them points for participating, right?
Okay. And so you don't know yet where we set that up, or is it just
so the 2 questions I've just asked our development team is, where's the help file for this, and how do I enable it in an account, or is it automatically enabled? And it's a little, again, it's a little embarrassing to be here saying that, but that's I literally I was just kind of looking through our developer stack, and we know it's there. It's definitely there, and it can be used. I was looking through my account right now. Is there a place to enable it or whatnot? But I will circle back with that ASAP for you.
Cool, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So could I ask a real quick question, or are you ready?
Sure, yeah. But Hannah, before you do that, I want to go over to Brenda and just make sure. Brenda, had you completed your thought on going over the forum, or?
Yeah, I mean, if someone has any particular questions on how to do something, then I'm open to answer those. But that's basically how it works. It's like it's really simple. So yeah, if anyone has questions about that, I'm happy to answer those. But I think I'm done with the basics of the forum.
Let's
Thank
test
you.
this real now. Can we test it right now? Is the form that you were demonstrating, is it in a published course?
No. I was just playing around with it with the 10-day challenge and everything. But the only course that I have published is the quick prep course. So I don't know if I can test
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Well, no, why don't you, whatever you're testing there, could you just publish it really quick? Like the course with the forum that you've created there. And then send me the link to it. And I just want to see if, let's see when somebody comes into it, let's see if the social points work.
Okay, let me just.
Awesome. Hannah, over to you.
Okay, so I don't know if you can even answer this in this forum. So we have a course and we have homework. The homework is in a PDF fillable form. So, and then I was thinking of creating for the coaches a document on Google Drive, Google Docs, similar to what we used when we took the EPM course, which is basically a document and there are comments in the site. I'm wondering how I can get the information from how they do the homework into that Google Doc. Is there a way to do that, or should they just email those homeworks to me, or what are other people doing? I guess is what I'm asking.
And I just want to rephrase your question just to make sure that I understand it. You're currently using a PDF that people can edit. Right? They can
That
put
they
their
can
answers in the
answer the
PDF.
questions. Yeah. Oh, do the homework.
And in the past, they would fill that out and print it out and give it to you, or they would email it to you, or what would they do?
Well, this is our first experience. So initially I thought, well, maybe they can just email it to us, or but I was thinking, is there a way of actually getting that information into somehow that Google Doc that we're going to use for coaching to communicate with each student, like Marissa did when we took the EPM?
Sure. I mean, ultimately, what you'd have to do is what you would do is you'd create a template, a Google Doc template of your PDF, right?
Okay.
So let's just say you take your PDF, you would need to recreate that into a Google Doc.
Okay.
And then you would make the doc viewable only, right? So people could come in their Google account and view it, and then they would need to make a copy.
Okay.
It's much like we do for the Quick Start course. So you come in, you make they would make a copy of that, and then when they make a copy of it, then they would be able to edit it.
Okay.
And then two things would need to happen. They would need to share that document back with you so that you have access to it, so you can look at it and comment on it. Actually, that's the only thing they need to do. They need to share it with you and make you an editor so that you can comment on it. And then you would just need to track that somehow. It's like, hey, Daniel has this link and Christopher has this link and, Lisa has this link. And that would just be some administration on your side.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
No worries. It's easy enough.
So can I just real quickly show you, because it's a small group, I've been knitting from the very beginning when you started this course, right? And you asked me if I teach you how to knit. So I just wanted to show you the shawl that I've been knitting.
Nice. I'm not sure if I should be proud of that or if I should be terrified that
it's my Stephen wrap.
I'm coming to get it. I'm coming up to the north there and I'm getting it from you.
Bellingham, Washington.
There you go. There you go. That's fantastic. That's awesome. I'll send you my address. I'm looking forward to wearing that when I'm skiing. Are there any other questions that anybody else wants to answer right now?
I just have the forum.
Oops, sorry.
Open if you want to have a quick look.
Sure.
Sorry, there's like 3 people. Go ahead, Michelle. Yeah.
Very quickly. Yeah. Where is it? It's this. So you'll be shocked. I mean, it's Japanese, but you can guess that the 4 things that you had here that they're not showing, and there was nothing in here when I opened up the forum. It was just nothing. So, and that's all the same, new. It's exactly. I've already created these spaces. This is for the that group. But there was nothing in here at all as a template, so that's why I was asking. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it was my bad to refer to it as a template. It was more like examples of what your spaces could look like. But since you have already
Ah.
figured out how to create those spaces in the left side of the screen, then you have
Yeah,
it all.
this I find intuitive. I just, you had all these, you had the 4 topics up here, trending things, this, that. Do they come up automatically? This is the pin to the top topic.
Right. Yeah, it shows to me as an automatic thing, like the pinned, most liked, most comments, and trending posts. I'm not so sure why you are not seeing that. You should be seeing that.
Well,
That's
there's no activity in the forum yet, so there wouldn't be any trending posts because there's no post to trend.
No, right, but I don't see any activity either. But I do see the boxes that says most liked, most comments, trending posts, and pinned posts. So I see that, but they don't have anything in it because there's no activity. But he doesn't see.
That
any
was
of
my
them.
question, because you have them there even when there's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah. So
Hmm.
that was my question. Okay, but yeah, all right. So if you have more people, I can let you know.
You do have an account with us, right? Yeah. Like
Yeah, I'm paying for it. I
Yeah.
started paying way early, 2 months early, because I was starting to test, using different browsers, and just because of the language and the cultural thing, I was started paying quite a bit earlier just to test and to experiment, but we're still setting up.
right. No, you should be able to see that. If I'm seeing it, you should be able to see it as well. I just don't know why.
So I send a screenshot or something and
Yes,
send it to support.
do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because I am seeing it.
Well, that's what was my question, because it looked very, yeah, well, it was already in place for yours.
Yeah, you're not seeing this. The pin.
No.
Yeah, yeah, you're missing that, but I don't know why. Do you also see the button here that says new post? Because I couldn't see it in your.
Where am I? Sorry. Did I have the, oh,
The new post.
yeah, so I've got for new post, yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Then we just need to figure out why you are not seeing this.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, please take a
So-
screenshot of it, and maybe you can send an email to support to see if they can reach the developers. And
Fantastic support. I mean, but I overload them with emails, I think, sometimes. But they're wonderful. Yeah, we're getting there. Thank you.
thank you, Michelle. Stephen, were you?
So was I successful? I have not tried yet.
Okay.
So I'll jump in there. But I wanted to see, Chris, could you please, I see your question in the chat about how is the unlock training module and the experience engine different from release timing in step 3? Can you show us in your course where you're seeing both those, just so that we
So it's a follow-up to yesterday. We were doing some stuff, some really good stuff. 1 second, okay. It got me thinking, sure. Let me know when you're seeing it.
Yep.
You good to go? So, well, by the way, I got my template from Done For You. This brought me to tears. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome.
So, okay, so in the trainings you can do the release timing. You have some options there: draft, mediate, specific days, yada yada, locked, yada, right? What we noticed as well in the experience engine. So I have to go through this with you guys. I just had a meeting with someone who's interested in learning Experiencify, so I'll talk to you guys about that. Where was it? So I think if you go to training, no,
and so what you're looking at is in. So if you go click on who should go down this path,
yeah,
I guess that's your certificate one.
Yeah, this how do you use this? I think it may tie back into the question yesterday, because we are trying to not have the students see the lessons in drafts. We don't want to see them at all, even though if it's locked. We just wanted them to see the ones that were available, and not the grayed out, and not grayed out. What was not available, we didn't want them to see it grayed out. So I'm wondering if that, how we would use, maybe I'm still wrapping my head around these things. How would we use that?
Sure. So, oh, did we lose it? Okay. So the difference that I'm seeing in step 3, you're deciding when you want to have that training released, right? And one of those options is to keep the training locked, right? And so in step 3, as you're putting, and I'm happy to share my screen here, just to go and, which incidentally, we're going to have a really fun little way to end this today, because I'm now in Brenda's course. I'm going to show you how the social points work. But if I go over to my account, oh, you know what? It's going to make me log in now again to mine. Darn it. Ah. So let's do this differently. It logged me out of my account because I logged into Brenda's. Momentito. What's the best way to do this? Okay, I'm going to reshare my screen. Sorry about that. Technical delay. So if I go into this expiring mini course here, and I go down to step number 3, and I'm looking at any of the trainings, training number 1, and I go to release timing. So we have a bunch of different options about when we want to have things released. And as you know, there's a draft, so that it will not be visible at all if it's just a draft. You can have it released immediately as soon as somebody enters the course on a specific date, after X days after the person has joined the course, on a specific day of a specific week, or you can leave it locked. And then in the experience, you can then come and say unlock that course, right? So you could use the experience engine in step 5 to then use that unlock option to say, like, when the user has come to a certain point in your course, or they have earned a certain number of points, like this could be a bonus, a bonus training or something like that. Like, this is training number 13 of, you say only have 12, but it's the baker's dozen, right? When they've completed number 12, you could say, hey, look, there's actually a bonus, a bonus training as well, number 13. And then you would have the experience unlock the 13th training. So that's how that would.
In that case, is the locked training not visible at all? So they can't see it with a lock on it, or is it?
If it's
like
published in there, they should be able to see it unless you put it into the bonus section, I believe.
That they'll see it with a lock on it or something if it's leave locked.
Well, they won't be able to access it.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's where creating a bonus page is a good way to do it, because then people don't see the bonus pages until they've earned the bonus. I'm going to fumble, and you're going to say, okay, so how do we do that? I'm going to fumble that one, and I'm going to say, let's save that to Thursday, because we only got about 5 minutes left. But I will come prepared to show you how to do that.
Okay, I won't make that one. It's 1 a.m. But okay, thank you. Great.
No, sure. But we'll record it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So folks, as we round out and wrap up this this day, I want to show you what these social points look like. So here I am in the course that Brenda created. I'm going to switch over to that course. Where are we? There we are. No, here we are. We're in her forum, right? And so if you can see that it's already built down here, so if I click on that, I should get some points. Oh, come on, for crying in the night. This is what happens when you're an administrator and trying to be a student at the same time. So let me log back in.
That's why I had different browsers. I know it's just weird.
I mean,
But
we have to do that, but at the end of the day,
I noticed in your page then, Stephen, it showed up like in my Jappy one. It only had pinned posts on the right when you logged in momentarily. So I don't know what the difference was there. When Brenda was showing us it had all of them. Was that an admin? I don't know. I just noticed that. It was exactly the same as what I had. For the brief second you were in there.
yeah. So I've got it. Darn it. We had it all set up. It was going to work. It was going to be magical. Folks, we're having a full fail here. The forgot password link is not working. All right, so we'll try it another way. There's always another way to do this. 1 second. All right, I'm going to fly without a net here. So I've just been welcomed into this course that Brenda created, our yoga challenge. I'm going to go into the community forum. And it should, if we say, look, will this be mirrored? We like it. And if we like it, I should get an experience point. Come on, give me one. Give me one. Or sorry, a social point. I did not get a social point. Give me a social. What if I respond? Fail all around, ladies and gentlemen. You have witnessed failing technology.
Can you hit post?
Say again?
Post.
I did. I posted something. I replied to the post. Or what if I? Yeah, let's see. What if I? Interesting. I'm not even able to. Well, you know what? Here's the thing too: is that I'm not even in. Well, so here we go. There, Michelle, you have there's the trending posts, most comments, and pinned posts.
Yeah, it looks like it comes up once you're into a section, doesn't it? Like the very top thing, they disappeared again.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
pinned, and then once you go into a section, they appear. Yeah, got it.
It only
All
shows
right.
the posts that you haven't seen recently that were just posted. So it will appear once, and then once you see them, they will disappear, and then you will have to go to the subspaces to see the posts. That's what
Yep,
happens.
no, makes sense. Yep, thanks.
I'm posting something there, so I've just created that. I guess we're going to need to circle back on what social points are and how they work.
Thanks, everybody. That's great. Even the failures are great.
So I'm actually, it's beautiful because we actually needed a topic for our next session, I believe. And so we're going to be talking about creating bonuses, a bonus page, and how to, if you have a bonus training or whatever, to keep that hidden until somebody unlocks it. All right, folks, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, wonderful afternoon, wherever you are, or a wonderful morning if you're Michelle on the other side of the planet. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.